President Trump has just announced Dan Bongino's fate as Deputy FBI Director. It is because of Dan Bongino walking off the job at the FBI that we saw the absolute breaking of the administration over the Epstein saga crisis PR nightmare that is currently ongoing and smoldering inside of the Trump administration. Right here, starting on Friday, where Dan Bongino left his post at the FBI, threw down the gauntlet and said, "I will not be working with Pam Bondi. It's her or me." Many reporters that we respect, many first-hand sources confirmed to us that that is what Dan Bongino told Kash Patel and President Trump. This is because Dan Bongino saw the horrific after effects of the botched rollout of the memo that said effectively Jeffrey Epstein was a cool dude. Don't worry about it. Ghislaine Maxwell's a political prisoner. They traffic nobody to nobody. And everyone move along. President Trump has subsequently added fuel to that fire by saying, and seemingly contradicting the original memo by saying there's an entire Epstein file. There's lots of content there. However, we're not going to let anybody see it because it was created by Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton. I'm not sure if this is helpful. It sure as hell didn't seem helpful because, as you can see here, it's a cooking ratio like we've never seen before on Truth Social. Everyone assumes that this was President Trump picking Pam Bondi over Dan Bongino. Tucker Carlson said that perfectly distills it here.
Dan Bongino got shafted, completely shafted. And I'm saying this as a friend of his and someone who respects and likes him, not against Pam Bondi in the slightest. But the fact is, she got on television on Fox News and started saying stuff like, "I've got the client list on my desk." And actually, no, you don't.
Do you think Dan is upset because his integrity is being questioned now over her mistakes?
Oh my gosh. And it kind of wrecks Dan's career. Like, he can't go back. It's going to be very hard at this point. I mean, things may change, but as of today, pretty hard for Dan to go back to his podcast audience and be like, "I'm telling you the truth," when they all think that he's covering up for Epstein. Who did that? Pam Bondi did that. And I guess they're just so dumb, they didn't realize that if you tell everybody you have the tapes of these crimes and then you issue a memo saying you're not going to prosecute anybody for the crimes, what are you saying? I'm covering up for the perpetrators of these crimes.
Many accounts had speculated that Bongino was already fired. Then President Trump, speaking with reporters, said this.
Oh, I think so. I did. I spoke to him today. Dan Bongino is a very good guy. I've known him a long time. I've done his show many, many times, and he sounded terrific, actually. No, I think he's in good shape.
This is not the way that Trump talks about people when he's planning on firing them or when he's planning on moving away from them, which is, I guess, what you would want to see. The last thing that we want to see is Dan Bongino leave the administration.